The world's energy may be crushing you right now. And if you do not learn how to ground and shield your aura fast, it may break you. And I am not here to scare you. I am just here as a messenger because I feel like this is the time to really start talking about this. This is the time for you to rise. If you are here, you are most likely a light worker, and absorbing this chaos is not what you need. You got to start leading with healing. The real revolution we need isn't more noise, more hate, more division. That just breeds more of it, right? It's healing our hearts, our wounds, the pain that keeps just getting recycled and pushed back into the world. You've seen it all over. We all have. I mean, last week, guys, a brutal death broadcasted across the world that we were all witnesses to. And the energy of this division is raging stronger than ever before. And I'm going to be honest with you. Last week, I couldn't even find the words. I couldn't show up here. I felt wrong posting. I struggled. I needed to step back, ground myself, find my center before I added to any more noise or voices, like any more noise online. If you're sensitive, you are feeling it. Your spirit is aching right now. The weight of this darkness is freaking heavy, y'all, and it is time to start fighting back. This is why I said it's time for you to freaking rise. Not with anger, with power of love, with heart-centered power. Love. Today, I am going to show you how to strengthen your auric field so you can keep all of this shit out, so you can keep your light shining bright when this world is heavy, chaotic, and freaking crazy. And how to ground deeply so that nothing outside of you can shake you to your freaking core. Do not let the world break you right now. Do not. If you're new here, my name is Ginger Reddy. Welcome to Sensitivity Uncaged. This is going to be a video unlike I have ever done before. It is going to be deep and it is going to probably go a little dark. This is a channel where we see our sensitivity as a gift. It is our power. It is not a weakness. We are here to burn down that emotional survival and rise into grounded strength. And this is needed now more than ever in this world. So today, I am calling on you to show your strength. I am calling on light workers to rise up. Lead with love. That is where the change happens. Let's get into it. I already said this, last week was dark. You felt it. We all felt it. Sensitive or not, you felt it. You felt the heaviness. You felt aches and pains in your body. You felt tension, stress, anxiety, depression, probably cried a lot. I know I did. I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was, but now everyone knows who he is. And we have shifted into a new timeline because of what happened. This is a new reality. There are different powers at work here. There are energies that we can't see, but we can feel. You know it's there. Things that I have really never talked about on my channel before, but now I feel like I'm being called. I am being told to step up. So grounding and protecting your light is not optional right now. It is quite literally survival for you right now. I had so many people last week reach out to me saying, I can't believe what people are saying. The hate, the anger. Is it bad if I block them? Should I still be friends with them? I mean, should I unfollow them? What should I do? I thought that we were friends, but I'm disgusted by the things that came out of their mouth. It was dark. The division, hate, wow. My answer, no, it's not bad. It's probably necessary right now. If you have to ask the question, your body already knows the truth. Maybe this is the time that you have to start blocking, disconnecting, and walking away. Maybe not forever. Maybe they'll see the light, but right now, your soul cannot afford to keep drinking in the darkness. You've got to stand your boundary. This hate living in people is something more dangerous than you see on the surface level. It's deeper. The hate allows entities to feed off of that person. The more chaos and division and hate, the more that entity is going to thrive. And if you're sensitive, you don't just witness the darkness, you absorb it. That is why protecting yourself is a non negotiable right now. So you are thinking, what is Ginger talking about? Entities? Yeah. These dark forces, they're out there. Even my husband said it the other day. He was like, this makes sense because, like, that dark forces are out there doing this because he said when people go online and they have one belief and they cannot see another perspective and they just spew this hate and just this grotesque amount of words online and just bleh, just vomit all of their nastiness out there. It's like, how can they only see one way? How can there be so much hate in their heart? That is because of darkness. You feel it. You know it. You know when you meet someone who feels dark. And some of these people have just allowed this darkness to completely take over, where unfortunately it means you've got to set a boundary right now. It is critical. You can do your best to send love, to see if talking to them helps, see if you can change their perspective. But if it is not received, then at this moment, I would take a break. Say goodbye for now. So if we transition to like social media, guys, you can create your own feed. You can create that. You can stay friends with somebody on Facebook and then choose to stop seeing their posts. You can unfriend people. You can go on to Instagram and do the exact same thing. You have options. You don't have to let that hate filter in. If you are around somebody who constantly just focuses on one belief and tells you their belief over and over and over again, and you're like, wait a second, this is not, I don't see it that way. That's okay. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion. Everyone is allowed to have their own belief. But then when these people allow, like they are so stuck on this one belief and it's the only way, there is darkness attached to them. And you can feel it. So this is why I said it is critical right now to set a boundary. And I'm not saying it's forever, but I am saying for right now, you gotta say no. Maybe you can see if you can change their perspective, but if you can't, you gotta set the boundary. And yes, I am talking about things on here that I have never talked about before. Talking about darkness, talking about entities, talking about, things that are pretty much sucking the life out of our souls. Yeah, I'm going deep because I think it's time. And as sensitive souls, because you are so easily affected by the environment around you, it is time for you to one, step up, protect your boundaries, and make sure you are ready to be a light worker to help heal. But you cannot help heal when you are being flooded with hate. I just said make your social media yours because, guys, it's not just toxic people that's draining you. It is also the news. It is TikTok. It is Instagram. It is the constant flood of headlines, voices, fake narratives. It is conversations you know you shouldn't be in. Your heart feels it. Platforms you know you shouldn't be continuously scrolling on, but you keep doing it. You keep watching. Keep letting it in. Every single thing that you take in absorbs into you on a soul level. You have to limit it right now or stop watching altogether. If you struggle or do not have a strong grounding practice, I would completely disconnect. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. You do not want to be sucked into this. This is where it recycles all of that energy, goes right back to you. If you want to stay plugged in, you have got to use discernment. Choose very carefully. Maybe you follow a handful of people who you trust, people who share the truth, not ones that are twisting pieces together, pushing their own agenda. Don't listen to the fake narrative. Guys, propaganda is heavy right now. The subliminal messaging is everywhere. That is the whole point. They want to hook you in, distract you, and then keep you spiraling in the hate, in the fear. Because what does it do? It breeds more of that. So every time, ask yourself, does this feel good or bad? How do I feel after? Because if you feel heavy, anxious, awful, icky, there's your answer. It is important to have a very strong grounding practice right now. Meditation, prayer, movement, breath work, Reiki, energy healing, spiritual circles. Gather whatever connects you to your mind and spirit. You need it daily. Drop into your body. Check in. Most people do not realize that your auric field is like your second skin. It is your protective barrier against all of this. So if you are not strengthening it right now through these practices, you are wide open to all of this division, the hate, the fear, the anger that is blasting through the world right now. So this is a non-negotiable. It is a daily spiritual hygiene practice that you have got to make sure you're doing or you are vulnerable. And maybe you're asking yourself, well, what do I do? Where do I start? How do I do this? I have tons of videos. I say tons. I think it's like 3 or 4 of grounding practices that you can do. I will drop them all below. Great videos to start giving you grounding practices you can start today. Do them. Ground yourself. Do a spiritual hygiene practice every day. I also just recorded a 11-minute Reiki clearing video. This is to move all that emotional stuckness that's in your body right now and get it out. Download it. I've got it linked below. When you do the work, when you do your daily spiritual hygiene practice, you are grounding yourself. You are strengthening your auric field. You are clearing your chakras, keeping your energy flowing, connecting with your heart center. You are remembering who you are at soul level, your connected mind and body and spirit. You drop into your body, you know you can use discernment easier, okay? You're connected to your intuition, your higher self. If something feels off, you're gonna know it faster. Maybe it's like, okay, well, I walk into a room and I immediately can feel the hate and division. You walk out, you know. You walk into a restaurant, nope, don't belong here. This is when your light strengthens. Your auric field becomes stronger, it thickens up. It's that second skin. You need that second skin to keep out the chaos. So it's over seeping in. You stop carrying that hate and fear because the fear is what they want you in. You start standing in your own power. They don't want you to stand in your own power. That's scary, right? So start doing a daily hygiene, spiritual hygiene practice. Remove the toxicity, people, news, social media. When you start to connect and you have that grounding practice, then you can start to bring people back in. This is whenever you're stronger, you're more grounded. I do an hour-long energy healing on myself every single morning because it strengthens my auric field. It makes my light brighter. I do it because, one, it makes me feel better, but two, it also keeps everything, all the chaos out. I can deflect it off of my auric field. So start today. Protect yourself. I cannot believe I'm talking about this stuff. I always talk about it to friends and people who want to talk about it, but I've never talked about it on YouTube because I don't know why I didn't feel ready, but now I'm ready because I think I'm being called. I am going to get emotional. I am being called. It is time as a light worker for you to protect, ground, heal. Which leads me into my next point. Your auric field can only be as strong as you make it. So don't slap Band-Aids on it. Do your daily hygiene, spiritual hygiene practice, but you also can't just start covering it up with a Band-Aid, meaning you got to do the healing work. You got to do the healing work. Otherwise, cracks open and things seep in. So, what makes your auric field strong? You dive into the shadows. You cannot do surface level fixes. This is where positive quotes and, happy positive affirmations or little bitty meditations here or there ain't going to cut it. I am talking about going into your shadows, facing your wounds, actually healing them. Because if you don't, it keeps you stuck. That is what changes you, facing the hard work. And that is what changes the world. So here's a question we should all be asking ourselves right now. What core wounds should I be healing? Because this is where all that hate and anger and frustration, all this stuff is coming from, the division. These core wounds. And these core wounds that are open in people that leave them just seeping with their auric field wide open, and they're just pouring in hate and division into their auric field. It leaves them open for other things to connect. So when we strengthen our auric field, when we do the healing, we get that second skin. It's not just protecting us here on the things that you see, feel, hear, and touch. It's things that are outside of what you see, hear, feel, and touch. It's the stuff that was out there, but you don't see it. When you heal yourself, and it's a continuous thing, right? You're not just freeing your own energy, you're helping heal the collective energy. When the collective heals, the frequency of the world rises. So there was a rise in frequency last week after Charlie. Why do you think that is? Because the collective came together and united. It is because people came together. They prayed. They brought, vigils. They did circles. They went to church. They asked God, spirit. People are coming into connection with God, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And that brought up the frequency. That collective act of love cracked something open. And whether you call it God, spirit, universe, whatever, it is all the same source, guys. It is about love. We all come from one. And when we gather in that energy, we rise together as light workers to heal. There are so many light workers out there that don't even realize it yet. So when you go into the shadows, into the ugly stuff that you don't want to face, there's healing on the other side. And yeah, it's not going to be pretty. But this is where, when you do the work and you heal your own core wounds, is when change happens. And again, not just for you, I am talking about the collective energy. Like, this is the revolution we should be focusing on. Healing all of this. When we heal this, our core wounds, what are we healing? Generational wounds. Our wounds from our ancestors. We are clearing karmic patterns. That is what changes for the next generation. If, say, for example, you were raised in a household that yelled, and you have children now and you yell. That is you keeping the generational pattern. But if you realize that yelling did nothing for you as a kid and only made you probably a perfectionist, maybe strengthen that empathetic nature, also your sensitive nature, because you became very well aware of when a mood shifted and the yelling would start. And so you become hyper aware. It's where hyper awareness shows up in sensitive souls. So when you start to become aware of, I don't want to yell and do the same thing for my child, that is you breaking a generational trauma. It's breaking generational trauma. So why, if you look at the collective, the wounds in your mind, your body, your soul, why would you think that it wouldn't help bring waves of positive energy outwards? So when you heal and you're changing things, again, changing for future generations, you're also healing the past generations. You're healing that karmic pattern. That changes things. I said at the beginning, we have leapt into a new timeline. Shit looks different right now. So it is time to step up. It is time to do the work. Here's what I want you to take with you today. Block the people who are pouring hate into your space. Disconnect from environments that don't support your light. Stop feeding your energy into the constant flood of news, noise, things that keep you spiraling, feeling chaotic, takes you out of your grounded space, your centeredness. Instead, build your daily spiritual hygiene practice. Daily meditation, prayer, movement, Reiki, whatever it is, collective energy, circles, healing circles, okay? Doing sound baths. Do it daily. Incorporate more of that. Look up in your local town. Where are the sound baths? Where are people meeting collectively together to heal? Keep your energy anchored. I've dropped links below for all the videos that I've done that include a lot of grounding practices, things to strengthen your auric field. Watch it. Jump to the parts that, interest you. Remember, your auric field is your second skin. It is your barrier. If you do not strengthen it, you stay wide open to the fear, the anger, the division that is flooding this world right now. Strengthen your auric field. Keep your light strong. You have to go deeper. You gotta heal the wounds. Face your shadows. When you heal yourself, you help heal the collective. Remember the ripple. That is when the frequency rises. That is when you rise. Maybe this is where you find who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, your purpose. The world is heavy right now, but you do not have to carry that weight. Protect your aura. Strengthen your aura. Ground your energy. Rise into the power you were born with as a sensitive soul. Again, maybe this is where you will find your purpose. I created that 11-minute chakra clearing. Grab it. Clear the chaos that's in your energy right now fast. Give yourself this reset. You deserve it. You need it. And share this video with others. Share your light with others. Lightworkers need each other right now. Maybe drop down below in the comments things that you are doing to help strengthen your auric field, to keep yourself grounded, because we all need to hear it. We all need this conversation. So share below and share this video with somebody who maybe really needs it. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And I want to tell you right now, if anybody has not told you today, you are deeply, deeply loved. I'm going to get emotional. You are never alone. If you want to have a conversation, I'm here. I'm here. You're not alone. You are light, you are love, and you are deeply loved. And I'm sending you all light, love, and beautiful energy. Have a great day, y'all.